Hi, welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, and yes, welcome back. So, it's been a little minute, not long, but the girl took a little relaxation and rest, mental health break. Sometimes you got to do that for yourself. And in the midst of doing that, I got some messages, some downloads, and one of the things I got was the word conspiracy. So let's get into that today. And speaking of which, the deck I'm starting out with is a conspiracy quote unquote theory deck. And so that's what we're starting with today. The word conspiracy is, and usually when we hear this term, we hear conspiracy theory, right? So it's a theory. It's not proven as of yet, so they say. But today we're speaking of conspiracy, and the word conspiracy is a secret. It is an agreement, a plan by two or more people or groups to do something unlawful, to do something harmful. It's like they got a plot, a scheme. They want you to believe. And the thing with believe is you got to be careful because it has those three little letters in there, the L-I-E, the lie. And so with this lie, it's about the lies that have been programmed within you. And a lot of these beliefs that you have that have been programmed since you were a child are very fear-based. And this is where the conspiracy comes in. Now, let's take a minute and get into the theory, or what a theorist is. Someone who's a theorist, or as they would say, a conspiracy theorist, is someone who considers the given facts. They consider the given facts and they come up with possible explanations. They observe various phenomenon and use reasoning to come up with the practical ideas, the practical explanation. So with that being said, we're going to get into this first part of the message about conspiracy theories. And actually, these are not theories. No, but we'll go with how it's been stated today. These are actually conspiracies. Conspiracy, again, is a secret. It is an agreement. It is a plan by a group to do something unlawful and or harmful. So, as we're getting into these messages, as I stated very clearly, the divine is backing it up. We have lies or liars. And remember what I said, the belief coincides with the lie, the ideas that you have been programmed with. Programmed since birth to be in fear about certain things. So we have lies. We also have past. And this is what I was speaking of. Since you were a child, these things have been happening in the past. Many of them are still happening present day today. What's happening present day today, Tonae? Well, the Food and Drug Administration will tell you certain things knowing that it's not true. Like what, Tonae? Well, let's start with the fact that, as we have on the board, fluoride. They always say that fluoride is so good for your teeth. Ooh, it's going to make them so strong and white and healthy. But if you do your research, you'll find out that fluoride actually does your body a disservice, just as milk. They say milk does a body good. No, baby, milk does a body a disservice. But let's stay focused on fluoride is where we're at right now. You see, fluoride does something very atrocious to the body. And the thing that it does is calcify your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is that little acorn shaped looking thing that allows you to connect with higher intelligence. It allows you to connect with the divine. It allows you to connect with source, with God. Even if you're a Christian, it was spoken of in the Bible where, do I need to pull up my phone? Hold on. I think it was Daniel or David, whomever the gentleman was. He was wrestling with an angel, but it wasn't necessarily an angel. What I remember from that scripture of reading it was that he named the place Penal, or some would pronounce it Peniel. But that Penal is actually a place inside of you. That place where you connect with God. And whenever you're taking fluoride, that's stopping you from doing that. Another instance to help you actually bring this, and do the research. You don't ever have to just take my word for it. I encourage you to research, to check out the conspiracy theories for yourself. Because we also had a gentleman named Hitler who wanted to make a group, a race of people very docile. So what did he do? He put fluoride in the water. Now, many of us take showers, we brush our teeth. So fluoride is not just in the toothpaste, but if you live in certain cities and if you ask, you have to actually send out for a water treatment test. And they'll tell you what the particulates are in your water. But could you think about if fluoride is being present day put into your water? The skin is one of the biggest organs of your body. And you shower, some of us want not just once, but 2 or 3 times a day. And then you brush your teeth. And fluoride basically dumbs you down. It makes you more docile, more easy to control, more easy to believe what? Lies. So I'm going to give you this first part of the reading. This is how we're starting out. This first part of the reading is because I got the word conspiracy and then I started to do research, right? I mean, a lot of these things many of us know. But as I was doing the research and getting the downloads, I got another word. And it was conspiration. Conspiration. Like inspiration, but conspiration. And so after I clarify these cards, I'm going to go into what conspiration is. And show you and tell you, well, let me tell you now while we're talking, because that'll be what the next part of the reading is. I briefly want to show you how on the 3D element, how they use conspiracy, and then it'll tell you that it's a theory. And a conspiracy, again, is an agreement, a plan to do harm, to be unlawfully doing harm. So they do these things, put fluoride in your water, tell you that your food is safe when it's not, will tell you that milk is safe and it doesn't. And actually milk, the calcium, once it's mixed with fluoride, does even more havoc on your body. The calcium in the milk actually attracts the fluoride to kind of guarantee that your pineal gland is calcified. Not only does it do that, it breaks down the bones instead of strengthening them. Do your own research. Take nothing I say at face value. Let's debunk the conspiracies. Okay? Another thing is when it comes to the Food and Drug Administration is they'll agree to certain foods being GMO'd, but never tell you why or how these things could affect you. You see, nature, God, the Most High, Creator, Source, already made that thing perfectly how it was supposed to be. Your grapes are not supposed to be seedless. If it bugs you so much to have a seed in a grape that you can't pick it out and still enjoy the fruit, I don't know. Because did you ask yourself what was done to that fruit in order to make it seedless? And then how does that seedless fruit actually affect your body? The FDA will say, well, we approved it and it is A-OK. Okay. Yet and still we have more things like autism popping up, and they got a pill for each and everything. But when you take a pill, there's 15 different side effects that come from the one thing that it was supposed to help. But it is FDA, Food and Drug Administration, approved. These are the conspiracies that they've told you were theories. And so we're going to just go through real quick using a little tarot. Tell me about the past, please. Okay, I saw something flip over. Hold on. I saw something. I thought I did. Okay, well, let's keep going. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Nine of Cups in reverse. And my deck is it right side up or upside down? I think it was upside down. But either way, this came out in reverse. And in the past, I'm going to just keep it how it was, because that's no coincidence either. They weren't showing you any love. They weren't giving you messages about love. They pretended. Here, we're going to give you fluoride. It's going to make your teeth strong. We'll give you milk. It does a body good. You don't need those pesky seeds and watermelon and grapes. We'll just take those out for you. Pretending to love you when they really didn't. Pretending to care when they really didn't. Tell us at the bottom of the deck with the devil. Yeah, lying like a devil. Come on now. Tell us about these lies. It's time for us to rest and recuperate from the lies, from the things that you've been believing from since you were a child. Time for you to now take matters into your own hands and to take a stand against putting fluoride in your water. Putting things unhealthily in your food, taking over farmers' land so that, tell me about fluoride, taking over the farmers' land so that they can make it a monoculture. Okay, we don't want half the deck. They want to be the boss of you, the emperor. That's just too many. I can't do that one. Give me something simple, please. Keep it. Thank you. And it came back again, basically straight up. They want to be the boss of you. They want to control you. They want to tell you how to think, when to think, what to eat. And they do that through the fluoride, because you'll be too docile to think for yourself, keeping you distracted by putting sugar in everything you eat. Do you know sugar is as big of a poison as cocaine? Like it's as, excuse me. It is as addictive as cocaine. Sugar. And there is sugar in everything you eat. Ketchup, mustard, mayo. Unless you're making your own, it definitely has sugar in it. Sugar is also an addiction. Some people think of just alcohol and like smoking, things like that, but food can be an addiction. Sugar can be an addiction. Tell me about the FDA. Thank you. That was easy. Whoa. Yeah. They're slow moving, or basically not moving at all when it comes to correcting what they know is harming the people. Saying they're offering you something good. You see that pinnacle? But really not moving towards really offering you anything. And that's where we're going to end this with this conspiracy theory, because now what I'm really was supposed to focus on was the conspiration. Conspiration. And conspiration, this is more of a 5D element. They want you stuck on conspiracy theories, or the fact that they're actually having conspiracies. Excuse me, let me clarify that. They want you to think that the conspiracies that they're actually creating are just conspiracy theories, and that everybody's just wearing some tinfoil hat. But they know from way back, even in the past, that they really weren't showing you any love. That they have been telling these lies for way too long, and it's time to rest and recuperate from these lies. That they really do want to control the way you think, what you eat, and how you eat, when you move. And that they're making no effort to move forward to even correct this. That's on that 3D level. But when I was in the meditation, I heard, along with the conspiracy, the conspiration. And conspiration is more of a 5D element. And it deals with the act or actions of plotting or secretly combining. It's a joint effort towards a particular end. Conspiration, not conspiracy, conspiration. I'm probably saying it a little backwards because I'm a little country, and that's okay. But conspiration is where the universe and your higher self are in conspiration to unveil to you how things are happening for you as we're elevating to new earth energy, as we're elevating into the 5D. Why things are happening for you now and not to you, as you become the emperor of your life, as we take back control from allowing them to put fluoride to keep you from accessing 5D and higher insight, guidance, clarity. That's what the fluoride does. So now we're in this energy as we're moving into the 5D of conspiration. And again, conspiration is a joint effort towards a particular end. And this joint effort towards a particular end is between you, the universe, and your higher self. And it's in conspiration to unveil to you how and why things are happening for you now, as you're elevating in awareness, as you're expanding in awareness, as you're growing and elevating. How things are happening for you and not to you. As you're having faith, and faith is not like belief. Faith is a knowing. Faith is a deep inner trusting. It's like we're going from, like they say, 3D to 5D, from conspiracy to conspiration. So it's like alert, alert, alert. The conspiracy, the theory of conspiracies is over because the conspiring has happened. And on the 3D, the conspiring that happened was to keep you from being free. But the universe is in conspiration towards you having the particular end of being free, of embarking on freedom, of receiving freedom, of living freely. They didn't want this for you, many of you. And that's why it was the fluoride in the water. But it is now time to fly. Because the universe is in a joint effort towards a particular end. An end where you can feel like you're flying. 44. These are the ascended masters speaking right now. In connection, in a joint effort with your higher self. Where you can have this inner knowing, this inner trusting. You see, this conspiration, this act of plotting secretly is between, I saw that. Again, wow, the universe saying it is time for us to free ourselves from the lies, from the beliefs, so that we can elevate the consciousness collectively. So that we can elevate and be free from foods that make you ill, sugars and things that make you addictive, dyes and things like this, where you'll be able to focus because your pineal gland won't be calcified. You'll be able to focus and connect. Can you see that? Wow, it's beautiful. This purple is actually representing your crown chakra and connecting with higher intelligence, because you'll be able to focus more. And this focus will allow your pineal gland to freely, all of that goes together, freely fly. It is time to fly. Freedom, freedom, focus, fly. FFF. Faith that this can occur. Faith that it is time to be free. Having more stability. That's another 4. 3. This is card number 13. 3 and 1 is 4. And you have 44 here. 444. The Ascended Masters are speaking. It is time for us to truly step in and come into conspiration, a joint effort with the universe, with God, with the Most High, with your higher self. Even the Ascended Masters are in on this, and your ancestors, wanting you to know and unveil to you how and why things are happening for you now and not to you. See, others wanted you to be in fear and think everything was happening to you. Oh, woe is me. I can't pay my bills. Woe is me. I got taxes. Woe is me. What's going to happen now? There's another bird flu or pandemic or whatever. No, it's time to be able to drop your shields and not live in fear. It's time to intend and create a world where we can be free of the lies that have been told for time after time after time, where we're able to see from a higher perspective. It's time for us to grow within these current situations. You don't have to keep reliving the past. We can take the time out to reflect how we can free ourselves first from fluoride, free ourselves from seedless fruit that may not be doing a body good. Have the freedom to sit and just focus and not be worried about things that are not benefiting the generations to come. It's not making things better and better for those that are to come after you. If anything, it's passing down the fear. And what if it were easy? What if it were easy for us to just focus using our thoughts, because our thoughts create our reality? What if it were easy for us to focus on solutions to pollution? What if it were easy for us to focus on creating land where you could have fruit that grows with seeds? Fruit to make people healthy. The body could heal itself if it were giving the correct nutrients and vitamins to do so. But most of the things we eat today are very processed and then connected with fluoride. It's time for us to have joy and delight in life, to actually have fun in all we do. Fun in all we do, not dreading to go to work. Oh man, I gotta go to work today. I don't want to get up. It's cold outside. I don't want to go to work. I hate this job. How many of you are actually saying you really don't like what you do? How many of you can actually say you like what you do? That you literally find joy in what you do today? Or do you feel like you do it because that's what you've been told to do? Because they created generations of worker bees. My nose, wow. I'm still gonna speak. It is time for us to create to intend and create, to take action, divine masculine, high priest energy, going all the way back to the times of Kemet, where foods were natural, healthier, where you were able to connect Merkaba, where your soul was able to feel free, like you were flying. It's like the bird, wow, I just realized. Okay, so look, we have an eagle here. She has an owl, and I think that's a falcon there. Maybe even a crow. Doesn't matter, because crows bring messages too. We have a Pegasus here. We have another eagle here. We have an eagle here. All of these guardian angels here have wings. Wings. And then the divine said, what? It's time to fly. You see, even here, the wing. Something else I'm getting from this is the birds even know when something's off. Do you know that from certain radio frequencies, or should I say gamma frequencies, whatever they're called, certain frequencies that are out can cause them to not fly the way that they're supposed to, like how they are supposed to migrate? Certain things we're doing are throwing the natural essence, even of the birds, off. Don't forget, if everything we're growing is GMO and then they're eating the same things, you're throwing off nature. And is that bringing them joy? Is that bringing us joy? It's time to reflect on how we can conspire now in a joint effort towards bringing in more joy, towards intending and creating. And what if it were easy? What if it were easy to move to a higher frequency of joy? What if we could take sacred action and use decisive focus? Again, we have focus here again. If we take this sacred action to bring in the balance, to be in conspiration, a joint effort with the universe, making decisive action. 17, 7 and 1 is 8. We can bring abundance like we've never known before, if that's what we choose to focus on, if that's what we're intending and creating. Sacred action. That's what the universe is wanting to conspire with you as a joint effort, so that we can have a particular end. And this particular end is one that brings clarity, is one that brings joy. What if it were easy? What if we could just focus on taking sacred action to now intend and create, to now, whoa, too many, to now, thank you. What? To now even bring in more sacred action when it comes to sexuality, because it's so easy today to, if you don't want a child, and listen, every person has their own, it's going to take courage. Every person has their own sacred path, or their own path. I'm going to leave that at that. They have their own path. But we've come to a place now where sexuality is just something you do. It's like you get up and you go to work today. Where at one time sexuality was something that was sacred. Sexuality now is easily gotten. And people don't think about the actions that can be created from sexuality. Like today, it's so easy to now have sex, and if you decide you create a baby, if you don't want it, you just go get an abortion. And nobody thinks anything of it. And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just stating the confirmation. I'm just stating what's actually happening. And you can't deny that these things aren't happening. Now, what you do with the information is between you and Source. But Source is wanting to conspire with you in a joint effort to unveil to you how and why things are happening. So that you're able to focus more on bringing joy and taking sacred action. That you're able to intend and create. Where you don't feel like your life is dissipating and you can move with confidence. Because today, they'd rather have you working, and not seeking joy. This is the solar plexus. This is where if you're not going after the things that bring you delight and joy, that make you feel like you're having fun, then your solar plexus chakra dissipates. It's out of balance. It's unbalanced. And then what you intend and create doesn't actually bring you joy. And that's where you would get someone who doesn't see a child as a joy. They were okay with doing the act to get the child, sexuality, but then not willing to intend to take care of it. Just, I can get an abortion. I got a plan B. Not knowing if the plan B is something that is actually even healthy for you. It's time for us to shed light on the things that have been in the dark for too long. Things that people have wanted to just overlook and call them conspiracy theories. But the universe is saying this is conspiration now. Time for us to make a joint effort towards a particular end. And this end that's shedding light on things, this end is to unveil to you how and why things are happening. So that they may happen for you, and you know that they're happening for you and not to you. Where you'll be able to more appreciate your talents, because you'll be doing things that don't make your energy feel like it's dissipating. You'll appreciate your talents because they'll be bringing you joy, delight, and fun. You'll appreciate your talents because you'll be intending and creating from a higher vibrational place. You'll appreciate your talents because you'll be growing within your current situation, more wise, more connected to the divine. Able to not relinquish your power. See, they want you in a fear-based energy so that you give your power over to them. If you create enough fear incidents with war, with foods that keep you sick and unhealthy, even if you wanted to go and eat healthier food, if there's no seeds in it, is it really helping you? Or is it giving you over to death, even if death is an illusion? And the reason death is an illusion is because it's you transitioning from one state to another. And at this moment, this is what the universe is wanting you to conspire is wanting to conspire with you about, that you'll be able to see through illusions a lot easier. That you'll be able to stand in your power without relinquishing it because of fear. Trusting someone else to take care of you. We'll just let the government do it because they know what's best for us. But do they? Because as we saw, the Food and Drug Administration will give you sugars. They'll give you milk. They'll give you fluoride. But it's time for you to now appreciate your talents, to take sacred action. What if it were easy? What if it were easy enough to drop our shields instead of always having to feel like we got to be at war with each other, be at war with other countries? What if we knew that we were supported by the universe, by Mother Nature, by even the insects, that we could support each other in a higher vibration? What if it were easy? If we could connect collectively, a joint effort towards a particular end. And what was this particular end again? An end where we're conspiring with our higher selves, the universe, to unveil how and why things are happening for us and not to us. What if it were easy? I'm about to wrap this message up. But what if it were easy to focus now on sacred action? What if it were easy on focusing on intending and creating a joint effort with the universe, with your higher self, with the ascended masters? Conspiration instead of conspiracies, where the joint effort brought forth peace, where it brought forth abundance, not just for a select few, but for all. 5D energy, new earth energy, abundance, peace, stability from the root chakra all the way to the crown. Do you see this red? This is the root chakra. This is representing the crown. So it's like no one left behind. From the bottom to the top, not just that 1-2% in the top, from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. What if it were easy? What if it were easy? What if it were easy for the divine feminine energy to now be balanced out? Because that's what we have going on. There's an imbalance of the masculine energy. Reveal the peacock beauty and the yin empress. I'm going to read a little bit of both of those, and then we'll close out this message to see exactly how the divine wants conspiration, a joint effort towards a particular end with us. The reveal the peacock beauty. The beauty of the peacock is breaking through with stunning, lush color unfolding in graceful and proud display. It says, "You too are a great beauty, beloved. Within you resides a glorious, divine being of beautiful light, with an ability to create as a divine birthright. What if it were easy to step into your divine birthright of being able to connect in a joint effort towards a particular end with the universe? What if it were easy? The peacock beauty speaks to you of your creative energies, rising to sublime, inspired new levels as you are accessing the power of your throat chakra for higher creation. We have to speak against the things that are not just. You can't just continue to go to the grocery store and buy the seedless fruit like it's okay. When they see that that fruit sits and it spoils, that they're not making the money off of it. It says, your intuitions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy the wise use of this growing creative potency to express the beauty within you, asking for divine blessings on all your plans, projects, and words. And I take this moment to ask divine, creator source, higher self, and ascended masters to always bless the plans, the joint effort that the universe has, that Mother Earth and Gaia, the projects that are coming forth as we step into this new earth energy. May it be divinely guided. Last but not least, with the peacock beauty that is being revealed, it says the peacock beauty can silence us with her sheer magnificence, reminding us of the power of genuine beauty to bring us into peace and harmony within. There is a stirring within you to create great beauty in your life, to honor the creative ability that you have to express such sublime feelings that reside in you. As the soul grows spiritually, the creative energy begins to rise from the sacral chakra in the hips and pelvis to the throat chakra, where they can be translated into sound and made manifest. What once would have been more instinctually creative, beautiful in its own way, becomes inspired and sublime, adding depth and healing energy to your creative expression. You can begin to create divine beauty through your words and actions. You become an active healing force for divine beauty in our world. And that is a part of the message to focus on, to intend and create. That you can, collective, starseeds, divine beings, spiritual alchemists, multidimensional architects, you can begin to create divine beauty through your words and through your actions. Through your words and through your actions. And now the last one before we close this reading is the Yin Empress. And the Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your soul purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your soul's purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. You are a spiritual leader and pioneer, and part of what you're here to do for the planet on a soul level, whether you're a man or a woman, is to empower the divine feminine, the cosmic empress of Yin, or divine feminine energy, so that we might live in more balance as a species on the earth. And that concludes this reading. Remember, it is time to take sacred action. I had to sit with this message like, divine, you want me to deliver this message about conspiracy? What? But it is done. And I feel joy that it is done now. Ask yourself, what if it were easy? What if it were easy to take sacred action with your words and your actions? What if it were easy to intend and create more balance within the divine feminine energy? What if it were easy? This has been your message. You're here with Tonae Star. And as I love to say, always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you're still amongst the stars. And always, 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 whether you're in a very high vibration or your vibrations dropped a little, but always let your light shine bright. Let your light shine bright. Always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. If you gained anything from this message, do the YouTube thing. Like, share, subscribe, so that this message truly may get out to others, so that we may take decisive, sacred action. What if it were just as easy as you sharing a video? What if it was as easy as you hitting the like button? Thank you for joining me.